Today, a message of profound spiritual significance reaches you, sent by your angel, transcending all imaginable barriers. At that unique moment when fate brought your paths together, you found him immersed in a state of intense selfishness, completely dominated by his own ego. He was the center of a circle of followers, all gravitating around him, while he, blinded by his narcissism, lived as if only he mattered, emanating a purely selfish concern that was, in fact, an extension of his ego. He was notably distant from understanding the essence of true love. Surrounded by individuals who were attracted exclusively to the superficial and shiny aspects of his public image, they couldn't penetrate the deeper layers of his true essence. In his reality, it seemed he had completely forgotten that he possessed a soul, living his life as if every gesture and word spoken were parts of a meticulously staged theatrical performance designed to enchant and captivate those around him. His actions, always carefully calculated and executed, were clearly influenced by a burning desire to impress others, driven by an incessant quest for approval and admiration. This incessant need seemed to consume every part of his being, completely dominating his existence. Every fiber of his being was immersed as if he perpetually lived under the sparkling lights of a fine porcelain stage, where every movement, every word was carefully staged to fit the script of a fictitious life. His relationships were chosen and cultivated not out of sincere attachment or true emotional connection, but for their potential to add another layer of gloss to his already shiny external appearance. He approached only those who could bring even more prominence to his impeccable image, valuing relationships only when they served the purpose of maintaining the illusion of perfection that he so diligently cultivated and displayed. For him, the value of wealth transcended merely the material aspect. He saw it as a crucial tool for shaping his influential and successful persona. Wealth was not just a means for a comfortable life, but a fundamental pillar in the construction of his public image. Recognition as a popular and successful figure was not just desired, it was a voracious, insatiable need, as if the very essence of his existence depended on the constant validation of his social status. This endless pursuit of approval came at a high price. Personal health often took a back seat, eclipsed by his incessant need to stay relevant in the eyes of others. While his public image flourished, adorned with praise and admiration from others, the most intimate essence of his mental and emotional health remained relegated to the shadows, suffering a neglect noticed by very few. Public opinion had become the guiding beacon of his inner compass, shaping itself as the most influential critic of his choices and actions in the elaborate theater of his life, where every day was meticulously staged. The true essence of who he was remained hidden, forgotten and ignored by those who thought they knew him deeply. Furthermore, in his personality, there was a troubling shadow, an inclination that led him to associate with individuals who transgressed laws in search of pleasure or unrestrained excitement. Before crossing your path, he rarely looked anyone in the eye with true interest, preferring to see people more as supporting actors on his personal stage rather than real human beings with their own feelings and thoughts. For him, attracting attention was routine, but establishing a true emotional connection was uncharted territory. However, the moment your eyes met, something extraordinary happened. He felt as if he was transported to a parallel dimension, where you were the central figure, radiating an intense and captivating glow in this new world. He discovered in you an almost healing aura, which seemed to emanate directly from the core of your essence, profoundly affecting everyone around you. To him, you resembled a true earthly angel, and this celestial energy not only enveloped him but also surrounded him in a unique and unparalleled way. In your presence, a deep tranquility dominated his soul, as if the constant storm of thoughts that usually clouded his mind was calmed by a divine enchantment. He felt completely absorbed by your spirituality, extremely impressed by the tireless dedication you devoted to your spiritual path and the infinite desire for a deeper connection with the divine. You became a source of magic and inspiration for him, capable of manifesting your desires with an ease he had never witnessed before. Your sharp intuition, as keen as a blade, cut through the illusions of daily life, revealing hidden truths with surprising clarity. Your ability to heal transcended the tangible. Your presence not only radiated a bold confidence, but also exuded a healing power that seemed to revitalize everyone who approached it. Deeply intrigued by the possibility of exploring his own essence further, and motivated by the desire to find a greater purpose, he ventured on an introspective journey, while navigating the turbulent waters of his internal wounds. Amidst this emotional turmoil, he sought healing and a deeper connection with the divine, finding an inexhaustible source of inspiration in your remarkable spirituality. The authenticity with which you conducted your life was not just something he admired, it was something he deeply desired for himself. Before crossing your path, he was immersed in an endless pursuit of perfecting his social image, always striving to adapt and meet the expectations of others. He lived in constant search of an identity that conformed to established social norms, a quest that often left him exhausted and dissatisfied. His desire for external approval kept him in a cycle of continuous adaptation and performance, where there was rarely any room for his true nature to manifest. However, upon meeting you, he was confronted with a completely different model of life. Your authenticity and the depth of your spirituality were like a beacon of light, showing him an alternative, truer, and more fulfilling path. The way you lived, in full alignment with your deepest values and beliefs, was revolutionary to him. This triggered in him a powerful desire to discover and embrace his own truth, to break free from the chains of others' expectations, and dive into the depths of his authentic self. You appeared in his life as a beacon of authenticity, a bright light illuminating the path to a deeper truth. Your presence was like a guide, showing that true strength lies in staying true to oneself, regardless of external opinions. He felt simultaneously inspired and somewhat intimidated because your essence embodied a pure and sincere love, the kind of love he had never experienced before and that challenged all his previous notions about personal relationships. He saw in you a touching uniqueness, a presence that naturally attracted not only him but also many other admirers. The awareness that he was not the only one to perceive your unique light made him insecure, leading him to put you on a pedestal and idealize you as an almost mythical figure, while doubting his ability to live up to this high standard. Your exceptional aura, combined with the way you received this admiration without being influenced by it, sparked both interest and a sense of challenge in him. He saw in you an unparalleled individuality, completely different from anyone else he had ever met. In you, he found not just a person but an entire universe of qualities and depths that fascinated and deeply impressed him. It was as if a profound spiritual connection, a transcendent bond emerged between the two of you, making him question his own worth. He feared he was unworthy of your attention, as you seemed to be on a higher, almost celestial level, which he considered himself incapable of reaching. With sharp eyes and a restless mind, he carefully observed each of your interactions. He analyzed how you moved, spoke, and laughed with others, and inevitably compared himself to those around you. In every comparison, he felt increasingly inadequate, perceiving a growing chasm between you and him. The fear of being undesired in your eyes haunted him, fueled by the idea that you were someone unattainable, almost to being disconnected from tangible reality. This feeling of distance, instead of diminishing the intensity of his feelings, paradoxically deepened them. The aura you exuded not only attracted him magnetically, but also inspired him to seek within himself a reflection of that light that seemed to emanate naturally from you. If you find yourself in this situation, it might be beneficial to consider the possibility of initiating an open and sincere conversation. He is deeply in love with you, though doubts about deserving your love continuously haunt him. Deep within his soul, he holds the belief that you belong to a higher plane of existence, a rare and special realm that few can reach or fully comprehend. The admiration he feels for you is not only real, it is palpable, almost as if it could be touched or breathed in. Despite the fear and uncertainty that make him hesitate, his heart drives him towards you, eager to have the chance to show how much he values and admires everything you represent. Even though he is filled with infinite doubts, his intuition persistently whispers that he must seek you out, urging him to overcome the abyss of uncertainty that stands before him like an almost insurmountable obstacle. Since you entered his life, a profound and irreversible transformation began. It was a true shock to his ego, shaking the foundations of his personality and self-image, forcing him to confront and reassess who he truly was and what he really wanted from life. This metamorphosis opened his eyes to new possibilities and ways of seeing himself, but, paradoxically, intensified the fear of not being worthy of someone as extraordinary as you. He experiences such a strong soul connection that it drives him to reconnect with his deepest spiritual side. He is hopelessly in love with you, but he is tormented by the fear that his feelings might not be reciprocated. He sees himself as someone who doesn't fit, someone you might never consider as a life option, fearing that you see him as inaccessible, incompatible with the majesty of your presence. This profound spiritual connection he feels for you is a constant source of inspiration. It not only rekindles the flame of his own spirituality, but also intensifies his desire for personal and spiritual evolution. The desire to be by your side transcends mere romantic whims. It is a deep aspiration, rooted in pure respect and admiration for everything you are and represent. He sees in you not just a potential partner, but also an elevation of himself, a mirror reflecting the best version of what he could be. However, the uncertainty and fear of rejection are persistent barriers he faces daily. He longs for the opportunity to prove his worth and demonstrate the deep love and respect he feels for you. He yearns to overcome these fears and finally take a step towards you, opening up possibilities for shared life rooted in sincere love and mutual understanding. He dreams of the day when he can finally feel worthy of your love, leaving behind the doubts that haunt him and surrendering completely to the power of a true bond. Each passing day, your presence becomes a more potent driving force in his life. He reflects on the countless ways you've positively influenced him, encouraging him to explore unknown territories of his own soul and face challenges that once seemed insurmountable. This internal journey is illuminated by your example of integrity and the unquenchable brilliance of your spiritual energy, guiding him like a beacon through his own internal storms. He realizes that each moment of hesitation is a lost moment to experience the fullness that a union with you could offer. So, he prepares himself mentally and emotionally to overcome the obstacles of fear and uncertainty, equipping himself with renewed resolve to face these challenges head-on. He understands that true love requires courage, the courage to open up completely, to share vulnerabilities, and to commit to building a future together, based on shared values of honesty, respect, and companionship. The idea of a life by your side, enriched by mutual understanding and unconditional support, gives him a new sense of purpose and direction. He imagines a future where both can grow and learn from each other, a relationship where passion is matched by depth and meaning. With this dream in mind, he strengthens himself more and more to take the initiative to approach you, hoping to create a reality where both can thrive together, enveloped in the beauty of a truly aligned and inspiring partnership. If this message resonates with what you are going through, seriously consider taking the first step and initiating a meaningful conversation, for he deeply longs for your presence. Even though the shadows of doubt, caused by fluctuating self-esteem, often obscure his desires, he sees you as an almost unattainable figure, so elevated and luminous in your splendor that you sometimes seem more like a star in the sky than a presence within his reach. Yet, you also represent for him a deep source of inspiration, illuminating his path and motivating him to surpass himself. Day by day, he feels a desperate need to know that you value him, recognizing that he holds a special place in your life, for to him you are a transformative and exceptional presence. His intuition incessantly drives him to close the distance between you, suggesting that he is getting closer to you, but the paralyzing fear of being inadequate, of not living up to expectations, or simply of not being enough, often holds him back. Since fate intertwined your lives, he has been on a continuous path of personal transformation. Each encounter with you prompts him to reflect, grow, and change. Now he is at a crucial stage of this evolution and desperately needs a sign that you see in him not only what he was, but also what he is striving to be. Someone valuable, worthy of love and respect. To him, you represent the first true passion of his life, a force capable of completely redefining what it means to love and be loved. The desire to be by your side, to share moments and create memories, is not just a fleeting whim, but a profound aspiration that touches the essence of his being. He longs for the opportunity to reveal the depth of his feelings, to show you through words and actions that what he feels is real, lasting, and serious. Consider the possibility of starting a conversation, for he carries a deep love for you, a feeling that persists even in the face of obstacles raised by his own insecurity. Allow these words to touch your soul deeply and resonate within your being, bringing you clarity and peace. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, seeks to guide you to the best path and will continue to do so, leading you to positive outcomes regardless of the paths you choose. Always remember that you are worthy and deserving of love, as magnificent and eternal as the constellations inscribed in the heavens. To fully embrace this message and the many blessings it offers, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Express your emotions, thoughts, and hopes in this space, a sanctuary for a sincere exchange of experiences and feelings. Also, don't forget to leave a like if these words resonate in your heart and to subscribe to the channel to always stay updated with the inspiring messages we share here. I sincerely look forward to your reactions and accompanying you on your spiritual journey. Together, we can elevate our spirits and create an atmosphere full of positive energy and love. Stay tuned for our next messages, for each one is carefully prepared to bring light and inspiration to your life. We are here to support you every step of the way and look forward to witnessing the blossoming of your magnificent path. May God and the universe illuminate each of your steps with the world's abundance, love, and faith. May each day be a testimony to your strength and ability to overcome obstacles as you walk under the light of divine providence. Amen.